Hey guys, Silven here. Today we're going to be starting a new series. It's called For the RuneScape Idiot. Now, I used to suck at RuneScape and I hated searching for every little thing on Wiki, and most of the guides I watched were really too long and bombarded me with information, a lot of which didn't apply to me because I didn't really have the requirements and it wasn't explained how to obtain them. This series will only include easy to follow guides with the basics outlined so you can easily follow them. It will cover bosses such as Zulrah, Vorkath and Bandos, and also entail guides on how to merch, quest, and in this case passively make money. So without further ado, how do we passively make millions each week? Now we're going to try and make profit spending only 15 minutes per day playing the game. This obviously doesn't include the time spent getting the requirements, but as you'll see, they're not that high anyway. Our goal is to spend under 15 minutes per day, be able to buy a bond at the end of 2 weeks, and this allows us to be free to play. Now the higher level you are, the more you'll make, and you'll easily be able to make up to 4 mil per week passively. That's crazy. Let's look at the 3 main activities we'll be using today: farming, battle starves, and Kingdom of Miscellanea. First off, we have farming. The best crop to farm are Raynar weeds. If you're struggling for the cash to start, I'd recommend using Toadflax, but it requires another 6 farming levels. We're also not going to go over the profit margins for Toadflax in this guide, but they're decent money. If you can't get Raynars just yet, just start with Toadflax and move up to Raynars once you got the cash. Raynars require 32 farming, which can easily be obtained by farming acorns from 15, or by skipping all the early levels by doing the Goblin part of Recipe for Disaster, Fairy Tale Part 1, Forgettable Tale of a Drunken Dwarf, Garden of Tranquility, and My Arm's Big Adventure. Now, I understand these quests have quite a few small requirements each, so I'll list them on the screen. The easiest one you can do is the Goblin part of the Recipe for Disaster quest, as it only requires Cook's Assistant and Goblin Diplomacy. Then you'd be pretty close to Acorns, which you can grind your way to 32 over a few days. They're pretty fast. I can explain how to do tree runs in a guide later on, but for now this video is just going to focus on what to do once you can farm the Raynar seeds. Once you do have the 32 farming, there are 4 of the easy herb spots with 0 or low requirements, and that's Falador, Canifus, Catherby, and Ardi. Once you've got some decent questing done and some decent skilling done, you'll gain access to Trollhelm, Hiatus House, and Wace. And once you're a much higher level, you'll have access to Harmony Island and Farming Guild. Wace might be included in that much higher level one as well. Now, each patch with Ultra Compost and Secateurs will net you approximately 8 weeds. Sometimes a few more, sometimes a few less, and this is also taking into account dead herbs. With 4 patches, we're looking at a profit, including teleports, dead herbs, and compost, of about 73k per run and 219k per day. Each fortnight, this will be just over 3 mil, coincidentally approximately the price of a bond. Once you've unlocked 7 patches, you'll be looking at 130k per run and 390k per day. And that's almost 5.5 mil per fortnight. This is our main source of passive income, and you need to be doing 3 herb runs per day. Each takes about 4 or 5 minutes, and they take about 90 minutes to grow, so you can do 1 in the morning and 2 at night, or you can just sparse them throughout your day. Now we're going to look at something easy, battle starves. You can get battle starves for 7k each from Zaf's store in Varrock and sell them for 8 to 8.5k on the Grand Exchange. You only get 15, 30, 60, or 120 per day depending on which level of the Varrock diary you have completed. Here is a list of the requirements for those first 3 tiers. You'll be able to make approximately 210k per fortnight with easy, 420k per fortnight with medium, and 840k per fortnight with hard completed. This takes less than a minute per day and is easily completed after your first farm run of the day. Now onto the last segment, Kingdom of Miscellanea. I'm not actually going to list the requirements on the screen as there's a huge amount, which means this minigame is only accessible to the mid-level players as it requires Hero Quest and Fremennik Trials. It's obviously best if you top up your favor to 100% each day to maintain the maximum rewards, but it does take a little bit of extra time, so sometimes it's actually just better to top up once per week if you don't want to spend all that time. If you drop below 750k in the coffers, you won't be able to collect as much, and having 1.4 mil in the coffers means if you leave it an entire week, you only lose out a little bit to your favor, and you have to spend time only getting favor once each week. So to me it feels better to just do it once per week. I'd advise you to check the Grand Exchange on their prices to ensure you're collecting the best resources, but currently the ideal products to collect are mining at 75k per day and teak or herbs both at 40k per day. This gives us a profit of about 130k per day, taking into account of the nests and the gems that aren't included in the previous numbers since they're random. That ends up being 1.8 mil profit per fortnight. Now to conclude, if you add all these numbers up, you get 3.3 mil per fortnight at 1.6 mil per week for the lower level players and 8.1 mil per fortnight at 4 mil per week for the higher level players. All of this in under 15 minutes per day. Follow me for more episodes, and thanks for watching.
On the way down screaming, whoa, before we have a storm, then we'll